It's Jordan Partain, the junior out of Macon, Georgia. And E.J. Samford has really leaned on her big time this season. She's thrown the most innings of any pitcher on staff for Samford, and she's been able to get the job done throughout the season.
Yeah, not only the most innings of any Samford pitcher, the most in the SoCon Conference, 120 and a third. Coming into tonight, 3.72 ERA, 9-13 record. By far, she carries the load for this pitching staff this year. 27 appearances, 23 starts, and opponents hitting .266 against her. And she's got a tall order tonight against the Mississippi State Bulldogs, and we'll see if she's up to the task.
Weather-wise in Birmingham, 76 degrees at first pitch. Wind blowing at 10 miles an hour towards right field throughout the course of this one. Umpire crew tonight, Bradley Newton behind home plate calling balls and strikes. Greg Hills, the umpire at first base. Joe Pike Jr., umpire at third. It's a 3-1 count on the leadoff batter for Mississippi State. This is the junior Sierra Sacco from Louisiana.
Partain very good when she stays ahead in the count. When she gets behind, it can be a problem.
See what she does here. The 3-1 lands for a strike. It's a full count on Sacco.
Big pitch in the game here. Full count to the leadoff hitter. If you're Samford, you want to keep her off base. If you're Mississippi State, you want her on.
Flipped in the air, foul territory, and out of the reach of everybody. Shannon Weems gave it a chase, closest one to it. 3-2 counted, stays on Sacco.
Samford in the all-Navy uniforms tonight with the Navy socks, so equipment manager is going to be happy with that. Just throw them in the wash just like you do at home, and you're all set.
Three-two, it's called strike three. Jordan Partain with a punch out to start the game.
Really good job by Partain here, battling back from 3-1 to get the strikeout of Sacco. And a good at-bat by Sacco, Graham, because she let her teammates see 6 or 7 pitches from Partain to lead off the ballgame.
Partain, by the way, she has pitched a lot throughout the course of her career against Mississippi State. Entering tonight, she's gone 9 innings. 7 strikeouts, 7 walks in her career against Mississippi State. She's given up 10 runs on 12 hits. It's a 2-0 count on the new batters. This is the sophomore out of Douglasville, Georgia, Nadia Barbary. She has been on a tear at the plate as of late. She's got 16 doubles, second most in the SEC. She's got 6 doubles in her last 10 games. This one up in the air, which is made by Logan Champion for the second out.
Yeah, really nice pitch here by Partain. She gives Barbary a jam sandwich and an easy pop that's corralled by Champion for out 2.
New batter, it's the senior Madison Kennedy from nearby Montgomery, Alabama. Head coach for Mississippi State, it's Samantha Ricketts, now in her 5th season. Got over 150 wins as the head coach at State. Played at Oklahoma, was an assistant coach at State before being named the head coach. Mississippi State, they made the short trip over to Birmingham today. Bust over. Arrived around 2:30. They'll head back to Starkville after the game.
Getting kind of down to the nitty-gritty at these colleges and universities around the country. Finals coming up. Graduations coming up. Samford actually has graduation Friday.
A little bit elevated, 3-1.
This is where Partain gets in a pickle. Their second 3-1 count this inning. Nobody on. Certainly don't want to walk somebody with 2 outs, nobody on.
There's a little flare to first base. Katie Campbell, the freshman, hauls it in and misses in the lineup here in a second. First pitch is a strike to Sarah Squilacci. There's the lineup for Samford. Samford as a team, second best batting average in the SoCon. They have the least amount of strikeouts as well in the conference. As Squilacci puts it in play to third, and she is put away to start the bottom of the first.
Yeah, this is Squilacci's game plan. Try to hit the ball the other way and beat it out. One hopper to Barbary at third. Easy play for her. Tall third baseman over there. Grabs it over to first, out one.
Starting pitcher tonight for Mississippi State. It's Lexi Sosa, UCLA transfer. She's from San Diego. Gets the start on the road in the final non-conference game for both of these teams.
Yeah, and she's got a big-time ERA, 1.43, 3-1 on the mound, 9 appearances, 4 starts, 29 1/3 innings pitched. Opponents hitting .227. If you pitch at UCLA, you know what you're doing, and she certainly does. And it'll be a tall order, Graham, for the Samford Bulldogs to whip her tonight.
Michaela Cothran is the new batter. Check swing, fouled away for strike two.
Kind of a unique situation with Samford softball. The first 4 batters are from the state of Georgia, and baseball at Samford's the same way. 1 through 4 for Samford in their regular lineup are from the Peach State as well.
Same thing for Mississippi State as well. Paige Cook from Georgia, as is Nadia Barbary. Here's a check swing that is sent fouling out of play, so it stays 1-2. It's a big reason why Mississippi State is happy and content playing these midweek matchups with Samford. Mississippi State, no problems at all coming here to Samford. Samantha Ricketts, very complimentary of the facility and setup at Samford. Short trip over. There are a decent amount of Mississippi State fans at the game tonight as well.
Mississippi State has a huge alumni base in Birmingham, and it sounds like over there in Georgia, for you folks listening to Peach State, y'all got a bunch of good softball players over there. By the way, left fielder St. Clair and center fielder Sacco very shallow.
That pitch barely missed, 2-2.
Cothran very similar to Squilacci. Tries to hit the ball the other way on the ground and fly.
Defensively for State tonight, PJ just alluded to St. Clair in left field, Sacco in center field, Paige Cook is in right. Infield from third to first, Barbary, Edwards, Salem Edwards is at second base. Madison Kennedy's at first base. Here's a ground ball up the middle. That's through. Michaela Cothran trying to stretch it to a double. She does so. Look at the speed by the junior out of Cumming, Georgia. Michaela Cothran with her 5th double this season.
Yeah, and this is only a routine single is all this is, but because Sacco is playing so shallow that when it got through the infield, Cothran said, hey, I'm going, and she can really run, and so she slides into second base, and so 1 down with a runner on second base for Samford.
Greer Bruce takes ball 1. Bruce, a junior from Kennesaw, Georgia. Second team SoCon pick last year. Fights it off, foul, 1-1.
Greer Bruce, 3 homers, 24 RBIs this year. Came in hitting .262. The average is climbing a little bit. Big chance for the Samford Bulldogs to get on top with a single should it happen.
This is a coming off a series win at East Tennessee State. Samford has Western Carolina at home this weekend. That's high. 3-1 count.
Greer Bruce going to be looking for one pitch, one spot here. High velocity on the mound from Sosa. Got to get your barrel going and try to drive the softball here.
Bouncing ball. Hawkins elects to go to first in time for the second out. Michaela Cawthorn advances to third base.
Yeah, good job by Bruce here, getting a good pitch. Good job by Sosa of attacking the strike zone. It does move Cawthorn to third, and it'll be up to the cleanup hitter for the Samford Bulldogs to get her in.
Which is the catcher, Logan Champion, the junior out of Marietta, Georgia. First pitch, a little flare, shallow right field, and making the catch, it's Hawkins. Outstanding season for Mississippi State.
So Mississippi State's 3- and 4-hole hitters, both from the Montgomery area, about 10 miles apart. And they end up in Starkville hitting next to one another in the lineup.
And the matchup Starkville back in March. Blaine did not record a base hit, but she walked 3 times. Partain with a 3-0 count.
Yeah, too many 3-0 counts already for Partain tonight. She's been able to wiggle off the hook on the other 2, but 3-0 now, going to have to come all the way back.
So these two teams, they're no stranger to playing each other. Mississippi State leads the all-time series 24-2. There was a tournament in early March the last time these two teams collided. That's low for ball. 4 first base runner tonight for Mississippi State.
Yeah, Blaine takes her base, and that's going to put Mississippi State in a situation where they might bunt, they might not. It's early. We'll have to see how they play it.
This brings up the freshman catcher, Ella Wesolowski. She's from the Buffalo, New York area. Takes strike 1. First player in program history for Mississippi State from New York.
Long way from Buffalo to Starkville.
She's one of really a trio of freshmen that have played at a high level this season for Mississippi State. You got Hawkins from Phoenix, Arizona. Kylie Edwards is from Indiana. Samantha Ricketts said she and her staff, they take pride in finding great players from all over the country. Wesolowski, she wanted to get away from the cold weather a little bit. Took a visit to Mississippi State in Starkville, fell in love, and is off to a great start in her young career.
Once again, a 3-ball count for Partain, living very dangerously against a potent SEC opponent.
She has thrown 3 balls to 3 of the first 4 hitters. One hopper to second. Squillaci with a flip. Harges the throw over in time for the 4-6-3 double play.
Yeah, there's a reason why they call it the pitcher's best friend. I'm talking about a double play. This ball hit like a bullet. One hop to Squillaci. She flips it like an option quarterback over to Hargis and then over to Campbell at first. 2 down.
Base is now empty for the senior Paige Cook.
Talked about folks from all over the country. Not a single player on the diamond right now for Samford from the great state of Alabama. You got Georgia behind the plate and at third base and at second base and a couple of spots in the outfield. And then you got a Floridian in left and another Floridian at first and pitcher from the Peach State. So nobody from Alabama in the starting lineup tonight, but you got to play the best 9. That's the way it goes.
Got the outside corner for strike 2.
Yeah, if you're Partain right here, you don't want to mess around. You've had trouble with your command a little bit. You got bailed out by a double play that you created with a great pitch. Now you want to attack the hitter now and get in the dugout.
Fly ball left field. Weems in foul territory makes the catch. And for the second inning in a row, Mississippi State only sends 3 batters to the plate. No score in Birmingham with the bottom of the second coming up next this weekend in a top 20 showdown in Columbia. Katie Campbell leads off for Samford. Jumps on the first pitch, crushes it to right field, and just misses. A base hit by a couple of feet.
Yeah, Campbell is the power source for this Bulldog offense here at Samford. 11 homers, 41 RBIs. That 41 runs batted in is only 4 shy of the program record of 45 set just a few years ago, and she is a true freshman out of the great state of Florida.
And we've talked about players just from all over the country. I asked Kimball Cassidy, how does somebody from Florida get on your radar? And she said, you know what? We took a trip to a softball tournament in Atlanta. Samford was there to scout Olivia Shaw. And playing on the field right next to Olivia Shaw, it was Katie Campbell in a different game as she smokes it deep to left field and making a leaping catch. It's Briley St. Clair for the first out of the second.
Yeah, really good job here by St. Clair. It really helps her that she has the glove on her right hand as a left-handed thrower. She travels toward the left field foul pole, and she makes a nice catch crashing against the padding on the outfield wall, and I'm sure that all of her followers will love to see that.
On out, base is empty. Here's Olivia Shaw. Takes ball 1. So to finish that point, Samford coaching staff, they were there to watch Olivia Shaw play. Katie Campbell was playing so well on the field right next to him. They said, you know what, this kid's really good. We need to look into her. So this was on a Saturday. Coaching staff goes up to Katie Campbell, start the process. So that Sunday, Katie Campbell drove over to Birmingham from the tournament in Atlanta and committed to Samford that Sunday.
Well, that's the way it always works. You go to watch one player and you see another and another and another, and sometimes you'll go, and of course Shaw ended up here too, but sometimes you'll go and watch the player you went to watch and you don't really like that player, and you find another one and say, boy, I'm glad I came over here. 2 good players. Shaw also from Georgia, DH in tonight, but Campbell a good one too.
Well, both freshmen, so bright future for those two at Samford.
Yeah, Olivia Shaw nor head coach Kimball Cassidy thought that pitch was in the strike zone. They thought it was a little low. 2-1.
That misses low. 3-1 count on Shaw. Currently riding a 9-game hitting streak. That is currently the longest hitting streak for any player for Samford. Ground ball left side. Edwards plants and fires. Close play at first, and it's in time to pick up the second out.
Yeah, Alford stopped with a quick, strong arm. Exactly what Edwards has. She moved into the 6th hole, flipped her feet over, backhanded the softball, and fired a strike to first base to retire Shaw for the second out.
2 outs, base is empty for the new batter. This is Lindsey Hargis, junior out of Louisiana. Take strike 1.
Speaking of shortstops, Hargis playing short here tonight as she's been doing all year. And in the new Navy uniform, she's wearing number 77 like John Matuzak. No, he was 72. Anyhow, she's got a defensive lineman.
Close.
She's got a defensive lineman number tonight.
Well, you mentioned the uniforms. Samford, a Nike school. Nike has had, I don't know what the word you want to use is, but it's been an eventful year for Nike baseball, softball-wise, even trickling up to the Major League Baseball level. But Samford finally got their uniforms in this week. Hargis, she's been scheduled to wear 77 all season long, but she hasn't been able to wear that number every game this season.
I think I got my Oakland Raiders flip-flop, not Matuzak, Lyle Alzado, Graham. Lyle Alzado for the world champion Raiders in the late 70s, early 80s. But, yeah, so Hargis wearing number 77 tonight, and she's up 3-1 in the count.
Bouncing ball to third, and Samford goes down in order. 1, 2, 3 for the first time tonight. After 2 in Birmingham, no score between Samford and Mississippi State. Hitting .283, she's got 5 home runs and 23 RBIs.
A little bit of movement in the Samford bullpen. Mackenzie Newcomb down there getting loose a little bit. Certainly Partain no trouble as of yet, but they might be thinking about splitting this game in half between their 2 best pitchers.
Weak ground ball hit to the shortstop. Hargis floats it across in time to pick up the first out.
Yeah, good play by Hargis. And, you know, one thing about Campbell, we talked about her offensive prowess earlier, but she's so tall and she's so long that the stretching part of playing first base really benefits Samford University when she's in there on defense.
I feel like that's a skill that doesn't really get talked about a lot for first baseman, just this, because it can definitely make a difference.
It does, and it's so, like so many other things in baseball and softball, it's not taught anymore as much. I mean, back in the old days, you watch a first baseman 40 years ago, and it was like an art form. It was like it was like Baryshnikov dancing. Now it's just, you know, for the most part, just some person over there that just puts her foot on the bag and reaches out. But not Campbell. She does a really good job around the bag.
New batter, this is Salyn Hawkins, the freshman out of Phoenix, Arizona. She was the SEC Freshman of the Week back in March.
Once again, Partain ahead 1-2. When she is there, that's where she wants to be. When she's in 3-ball counts, that is not her sweet spot. When she's ahead in the count, she is really good.
Two to Hawkins, popped up, shallow left center field, and the center fielder, Cothran, brings it in for the second out.
Yeah, this looked at first like it might be trouble, but when you have a gazelle in center field, the next thing you know, she just comes out of nowhere, old number 33, and makes a easy play out of that. 2 down.
This is the number 9 batter and the senior Briley St. Clair out of Sand Rock, Alabama. She's got the most plate appearances against Samford of anybody on the Mississippi State roster. She's 1 for 10 in her career against Samford.
Had a nice play last inning, crashing against the wall to take a double away from Campbell.
This is game number 230 in the career for St. Clair. She was a part of that really good Mississippi State team 2 years ago that made it to the Super Regionals.
I think home plate umpire Bradley Newton might have missed this one twice. I think St. Clair might have offered it the pitch, and I think it might have been a strike when it was called by Champion.
Yeah, it looked like confusion all the way around with St. Clair at the plate and Partain in the circle. Nobody knew what the count was. Now it's 2-2.
Back even, Deuces Wild in Birmingham. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Big pitch.
Only 1 base runner so far for Mississippi State. That was a leadoff walk last inning, which was quickly erased with a double play. St. Clair putting in a really good plate appearance here in the top of the third.
Yeah, anytime you have these slappers from the left side that start fouling them off away, best thing to do is come in, but Partain has problems sometimes hitting batters, so we'll see what she does.
In the dirt, so another full count here in the circle for Jordan Partain.
Yeah, so certainly a situation here where this could go either way. Partain could get in the dugout, or you could have a potential base stealer on first base with a walk.
The 3-2 softly hit. Partain scoops it up, flips to first in time, and Mississippi State again goes down in order. 1-2. And swings through the first offering from Sosa for strike 1. Yantis out of Powder Springs, Georgia. Tonight is game number 180 for her at Samford. Trying to pick up her first base hit of her career against Mississippi State. She's 0-5 against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, played shortstop here last year and has been the everyday right fielder in 2024. Done a really good job out there.
Popped up out of play. Count stays 0-2.
Mistake here by Sosa, and she got away with it right down Broadway. 0-2. Great swing by Yannis, but she missed it.
Almost the same spot.
Yeah, this is like when you watch a big league game, you're watching the Braves or somebody, and they miss one like that, and they start cussing. Those last 2 pitches were that situation because you're not going to get it again, and then she did get it again and missed it, but really good cuts.
Sosa tried to go outside, misses. 1-2. Samford head coach Kimball Cassidy, now in her 3rd season. She's got over 50 wins as the head coach at Samford. She said she kind of feels like the turning point this season was the UNCG series. At the time, UNCG, they were in first place in the SoCon. They did not have a conference loss. And then Samford took 2 out of 3. Swing and a miss. Sosa picks up her first strikeout tonight.
Yeah, I did all 3 of those games in the Greensboro series with Samford, and it just was something where you expected a team in Samford that wasn't playing well and a team in Greensboro that was playing great. You expected it to go in a whole different direction, and Samford just ate them alive 3 straight games, and that started a 7-3 record in the last 10 games.
First pitch to Weems. She grounds out to Hawkins at second base for out number 2. Well, this is a Samford team. They also battled injuries at the beginning of the season. And then really the UNCG series, that's kind of when everybody started to get healthy and get back on track.
Yeah, Mackenzie Newcomb, widely regarded as the best pitcher on this staff, missed 27 games. Also, there's a nice bunt by Squillaci, fielded at third base. Ball's thrown away. Squillaci's going to try to make it to second, and she's going to make it in there standing up. And that's probably going to go in the books as a hit and an error, but we'll see how they score it. But not only was Newcomb hurt, but in a terrible collision, Graham, earlier this year against UAB, Abigail Dorsett had a compound fracture of her lower leg. As you see the replays, the bunt by Squillaci, fielded by the third baseman Barnaby, thrown away. Squillaci makes it to second. So some injuries for Samford early, and they've tried to kind of overcome them and start to get back on track.
That slapped foul by Cawthron. So that play at first base, by the way, that was the second baseman, Hawkins, covering the bag. So just kind of unfamiliar territory for her. She actually lost her glove in the process.
Yeah, that's the difference in baseball and softball. You had the first baseman that was crashing for the Dogs.
Fly ball to right field, tracked down by Paige Cook.
Seems like Coach Ricketts is having a chat with the home plate umpire. Maybe they know each other from the old days. I don't know.
This is the top of the order for Mississippi State. Again, Bulldogs searching for their first base hit tonight. Only one base runner. This is Sierra Sacco. She is 0 for her last 9. That's the longest drought of the season for her. Started her career at Louisiana Tech. Played in 101 games in Ruston, where she was a first-team Conference USA pick and the Conference USA Freshman of the Year. She's been outstanding in the leadoff spot this season for Mississippi State. She has drawn the second most walks in the SEC. Cranks it to right field. There's the first hit tonight for Mississippi State. And we'll head to second. And
she didn't tag her.
Get there. I think she collided with a first baseman, Katie Campbell, as well. Just kind of a bizarre sequence.
All right, and the reason the tag wasn't made is because the first base umpire, Greg Hill, got deked by the hitter runner. If we see the replay here, Campbell really wasn't in her way. But what happened is Sacco went out of her way to collide with Campbell. I don't know if we'll see the replay or not. I saw the play the whole way because I was watching Yannis throw it back in. And here's the play. Watch the runner. Okay, that's all Mississippi State right there. Campbell is not in her way. And then the reason the tag's not applied here, and watch this right here. This is all, let it go. There you go. Watch this. Campbell will move. Watch Campbell move. And then watch 29. Boom, like football. And it deked and tricked the first base umpire, Greg Hill. And instead of having a situation where State's got a girl on first base, now they've got a girl on second base with no outs. So, you know, that's kind of a tough call in a high-level game like this, Graham, but it is what it is now.
That will go down as a single for Sacco. Just kind of a veteran play on her part. I mean, the first baseman, Campbell, she doesn't even know that she's coming. She has no idea she's right behind her. So, again, that's just the second base runner tonight for Mississippi State. That's their first base hit. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count on the new batter. This is the third baseman, Nadia Barbary, who's 0 for 1 with a pop out on the infield. Well, and Samford head coach Campbell Cassidy, she came out on the field. She wanted an explanation. She visited with home plate umpire Bradley Newton for most of that conversation. This ball is sent fouling out of play, 2-2 count.
Yeah, and players typically don't invent that. they're typically taught that somewhere. She's gone to school at several schools, so, and who knows, somebody might have taught her in middle school, but it is what it is now. She's on second with no outs.
Check swing, misses low. It's a full count.
Big pitch here by Partain, another 3-ball count for her. Up here in the meat of the Mississippi State lineup.
Second time Partain has faced this lineup, and that misses outside for ball 4. That's the second walk issued tonight by Partain.
Yeah, not what you want to do there, giving up a single to Sacco, now walking Barbary, and then you got the powerhouse coming up to the plate, leading this club in homers and ribbies by far. And here we go.
It's Madison Kennedy. Her 15 home runs is tops in the SEC. She's third in the conference and 52 RBIs. 0 for 1 tonight with a line out. Good response here by Partain to get ahead early, 0-2.
Yeah, competing hard, and what she wants to do here is she wants to nibble away now. You want to nibble away something off the plate a little bit over in that left-handed batter's box.
Oh, 2, check swing, count stays the same.
Speaking of check swings, I thought it was very interesting. The previous hitter, Barbary, check swung. She was a right-handed hitter, and the appeal was to the third base umpire, Joe Pike. And you'd have to have X-ray vision to see that. And he got it right, but I mean, I would think another angle would be better.
It's in the dirt. Really good block there by Logan Champion.
Yeah, whale of a play by Champion. I don't know if we'll see the replay or not, but she slid out, driving her right shin guard into the left-handed batter's box and let the ball hit her in her belly button. Very nice play by the backstop for Samford.
What makes those plays so challenging for a catcher?
Well, number one, you got to be quick with it, especially in softball. It's actually harder in softball than baseball because of the distance is shorter. And secondly, you don't want to ricochet off of you.
So Partain, she was ahead in the count. 0-2, it's now full, 3-2.
Biggest pitch of the game for Partain here. First and second, no outs. Fourth inning. A walk here would be really tough to overcome without getting any runs this inning.
The 3-2. Popped up, foul territory, and out of play. Kennedy, 4 for 11 in her career against Samford. She's got 1 double and 1 home run. The 3-2. Fly ball, well hit, left center field. Cothran converging with Weems, who makes the catch, fires it to third. Sacco is in safely, and the pitcher, Jordan Partain, backs up the play and picks it up. So both runners move up a base. Sacco to third. Barbary ends up on second.
Yeah, it can't happen. Weems has got to get her momentum going behind this throw. She caught this flat-footed. I don't know if we'll see a replay or not. Weems caught this flat-footed. It was a can of corn. She had plenty of time to get behind it and throw to third. And even if you don't get the runner at third, if you don't feel like you can do it, throw it to second. You cannot let both runners move up.
New batter, this is Jesse Blaine. Neither team tonight has a base hit with a runner on base. Mississippi State is 0 for 2 in this spot. That's outside. Ball and a strike on Blaine. She walked to lead off the second inning.
Samford with the infield in. It changes the whole concept of defense. If you have first and second, they would be back.
Line drive. This ball drops for a base hit. Sacco is in. Barbary gets held up at third. It's cut off by Bruce. Now a run is in for Mississippi State. The runner, Blaine, in a jam between first and second, gets tagged out by Katie Campbell for the second out. But Mississippi State gets 2 runs to grab the lead for the first time tonight.
Yeah, another defensive mistake by Samford. Situation where you had 2 runners going in different directions. Got to think about cutting down the runner at the plate first, but a big hit here, and the runner takes off for home too late. And now you just got to get this one. It's 2-0 State.
First pitch misses to the freshman catcher, Ella Wesolowski. So for Blaine, by the way, that will go down as an RBI single.
Both RBIs. Actually, just what perfect for her because she enticed Samford in a tight ball game into getting her out and letting the second run score. So she did exactly what she was supposed to do. She got the single to knock them both in and then enticed them to come after her and let the second run score.
And if you are keeping score, that the outs goes down as 7-5-4-3 for the second out.
And that will be the official score's judgment on whether she gets the second RBI or not because the girl did pause coming around third. But I think, blooper over the shortstop's head, first and second, I think that's a 2 RBI base hit in my book.
Yeah, right now Blaine will get credit with 1.
And that's potato because the second runner did pause coming around second. So I get that. Potato.
That's high for ball 4. Second walk of the inning for Partain.
Yeah, and the little things. Samford's had runners on third with 2 outs, couldn't knock them in. Second, 2 outs, couldn't knock them in. One of the runners that just scored walked. We talked about outfielder catching the ball flat-footed, letting girls move up, and then the rundown situation. So it's these little things like this in close games that can make you or break you.
This is Paige Cook who takes ball 1. Cook 0 for 1 tonight. This is game number 224 for her in her Mississippi State career. She's a career .306 hitter. Ahead in the count, 2-0.
Yeah, once again, Partain's behind, and all this isn't her fault. She got the lazy fly ball to left. The walk earlier in the inning hurt her. Deserved a little bit better fate on the rundown, but she just can't continue to walk people and get behind them.
Fires a strike to make it 2-1. Popped up, left side. Hargis brings it in for the final outs of the inning. State scores 2 runs on 2 hits, helped out by an error of the order for Samford. This is Greer Bruce leading off. As we start the bottom of the 4th, Mississippi State has put in a new right fielder. Jaden Burney, a junior out of Gulfport, Mississippi, comes in for Paige Cook to play right field. Bruce will hit it in the air to that new right fielder, and Burney tracks it down and makes the catch.
Well, Jaden Burney making head coach Samantha Ricketts look like a genius out there. She's just been inserted into the game. She flies back, gets a good jump on this ball. This ball's hit very well by Bruce. And there you see Burney reach up with one hand and make the play and crash against the wall for out 1.
That is not easy to do. Cold off the bench in right field. First action of the game, and the first batter hits one right to you.
Yeah, and the ball will find you. That's just amazing how that happens.
Logan Champion hits a missile off the pitcher Sosa, and it trickles into left field. One out base hit for Samford and Logan Champion.
Yeah, and I'm glad of this. It hit Sosa on her shoe in a way where it did not hurt her. She's actually laughing, as you see on TV there. And I'm glad of that because this ball was hit like a bullet by Champion off Sosa's foot. Don't know if we'll see the replay, but it hit her shoe in a way where it did not hurt her, and we're certainly glad of that.
Katie Campbell at the plate. Seems like the approach so far for Samford here in the fourth. They are swinging at the first pitch or two.
Yeah, attacking for sure, and that makes the play in right field by Bernie so much more important because that would have been a sure double for Bruce. She might have scored on that last single.
Campbell falls behind 0-2.
And it's the second time in as many at-bats that Campbell has swung at the first pitch and taken the second one right down Broadway. Hard to hit when you're in the hole 0-2.
Campbell this season leads Samford with 11 home runs and 41 RBIs. Called strike three. Second strikeout tonight for Lexi Sosa.
Yeah, this one must have nipped the outside black. Good pitch by Sosa to retire Campbell, 2 down.
Olivia Shaw now batting. Shaw 0 for 1 with a ground out.
Going to be hard for Champion to score on a double. She's caught just about every game this year for the Dogs. That's tough on your legs.
That's yanked foul. 1-1.
Champion at first base would love to figure out a way to get to second base on some type of a wild pitch or a dirt ball, but certainly you got to be sure because you don't want to be thrown out at second base down 2-0.
Game plan tonight for Mississippi State. They wanted to get a couple of pitchers some action tonight, especially since State has not played a game in 1 week. That's called a strike. Snap throw to first is not in time to get the runner Champion.
Yeah, it didn't look like a good pitch, and the catcher, Ella Wizlowski, with the snap throw to first didn't make it look any better. So Samford's going to have to be swinging the bats with 2 strikes, balls away from him especially.
Sosa's 2-2. Well, now you got to think the runner on first will be on the move.
Yeah, a little bit different in softball than baseball because you can't get a lead, but it will get some inertia going. Might keep her safe in the middle of the diamond on a ball hit deep to short.
3-2, hit in the air deep to left field. St. Clair watches it sail over the wall. A 2-run shot by the freshman Olivia Shaw ties the game at 2.
Olivia Shaw almost got around the bases before the ball got out of the ballpark. She dropped the hammer on this heater right here. 3-2, 2 outs, Champion on first right here. Boom. Way out of here into the trees in left field, and Shaw has tied this ball game at 2.
It's the 3rd home run of the season for Shaw. With that base hit, she's now hit safely the last 10 games. Lindsey Hargis takes ball 1.
Exactly what the doctor ordered for Samford right there. Kind of dead in the water a little bit. It's amazing what one swing of the bat can do, and that's tied this ball game here in the 4th.
Hargis skies it to right field. Backing up to make the catch. It's Bernie for the final outs of the inning. Samford picks up a 2-run home run by Olivia Shaw to tie the game.
ERA, 3-3 1-loss record, 10 appearances on the year, 40 2/3 innings pitched. Opponents hitting .289 against her, and as you said, they've given it to her at this point as we go to the top of the 5th inning.
And you touched on it earlier. She missed 27 games right in the middle of the season. That was a big part of Samford struggling a little bit at certain points, and then she got healthy. Everybody else got healthy, and Samford has started to click.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And softball's different than baseball. You know, baseball, you got a million pitchers. Softball, you have 3. And when you have a really, really good pitcher like Mackenzie Newcomb and how she's been here at this university and what she did last year, when you don't have her for 27 games, it hurts you. But she seems to be back on track.
And immediately strikes out the first batter that she faces tonight, and Kylie Edwards.
Yeah, this is what Newcomb does. Up and away with the heat. Strike out for out 1, and she does have pretty good command, and look for her to continue to try that trend this evening.
The batter, this is Salyn Hawkins, who's 0 for 1 tonight. Hawkins takes strike 1. She's a freshman from Phoenix, Arizona. Interesting journey to Starkville and Mississippi State. She got hurt her junior season of high school, so she missed a lot of time. Finally got healthy. Senior year started to get some offers. How about that catch by Hargis, the Memphis transfer, for the second out?
Well, she's from Louisiana by way of Memphis and is a really good player. I hope we'll see this replay because I want the young shortstops out there to see what I'm talking about. She sprints for this ball and does a great job, but use one hand. Use one hand. 1-1-1-1. Don't use 2 on that play because it's going to give you a little bit more reach with 1. A routine pop-up, use 2, but on that play, reach out there with 1 hand and catch it with that glove.
New batter, this is Briley St. Clair in the 9th spot. Mississippi State did not have a base hit the first 3 innings. They struck for 2 last frame. St. Clair 0 for 1 tonight. That grab in the corner, 1-1.
Yeah, the plate has expanded a little bit in the last couple of innings. That's okay. It's going on both ways. And Graham, you kind of feel a little bit of a momentum shift since the Shaw homer. And with Newcomb on the mound, a little bit of a momentum shift over to Samford a little bit.
Can you sense that as a player on the field, momentum, one way or the other?
Yeah, I can feel it right now. I can feel it like it's a thing, 6th sense, 7th sense, whatever you want to call it. I can almost smell it right now. But when you're on the field, you can definitely sense it. And if it's going your way, you want to keep it rolling. And if it's going against you, you got to fight it.
Fly ball, left field. Weems on the move and just runs out of room. So 1-2 it stays. All right, so let's say you're Samford. How can Samford capitalize with this momentum?
You got the pitcher you want in the circle. Partain did a good job. Now you got Newcomb. That's just where you want to be. And you're tied. The home run gives you a shot in the arm. You must get them out now with no runs and go back into the dugout and attack.
And what about Mississippi State?
Well, they're such a good team. They just got to stay relaxed and understand, okay, Shaw got one on us. All right, we're fine. We got a good club. We got 30 wins. Keep playing Starkville Bulldogs softball.
Two, that is flip foul.
By the way, before I forget, the playing surface and the grass and everything looks absolutely fantastic here tonight. It's that time of year. But, I mean, it just looks so very good. So the folks here at Samford that do that, A+ tonight and every night.
Ground ball up the middle. Squillace slings it across in time for the final out. So State goes down in order. 1-2-3 in the top of the fifth. Toxie Sosa, her night, at least for the moment, is done after she started and lasted the first 4 innings. 1 pitch, 1 out. As Yantis pops out to begin the fifth. So 1 pitch, 1 out for the new pitcher in the circle for Mississippi State, Fa Petito.
Number 34, Matalasi Fa'apito, 2.36 ERA, 3-1 record, 10 appearances. Opponents hitting .241 against her. She's thrown 26 2/3 innings this year. She's going to try to keep Samford right here in this tie ball game.
And again, this is the game playing tonight for Mississippi State. Have not played in a week. Samantha Rickards wanted to get everybody some action tonight. Did ask her, I said, does it feel like forever since you last had a game? And she said, oh yeah, we are ready to get back to action. And again, that's just the way the schedule worked out this season for Mississippi State. Bye week came late, kind of late in the process to match up with somebody from out of conference to make the trip to Starkville.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is on your scheduling when you have a bye weekend late in the year. It's tough to find somebody around the country.
Line drive hit softly and brought in by Hawkins for the second out.
Second ball of the inning hit off the end of the bat by Yanis and Weems. 2 quick outs, and that'll bring up the top of the order rolling back around for the Samford Bulldogs.
Top of the order for Samford. And Mississippi State will have a quick visit in the circle here. That is the first-year pitching coach, Taryn Mowat McKinney. Was a pitcher at Arizona, was the MVP of the World Series when she was playing for the Wildcats. Back in the SEC, she was a coach at Ole Miss as well.
That was actually a technology visit, but she did not declare that to the home plate umpire, so he charged her with a regular visit. Mississippi State using that technology to call pitches.
You see that now across softball and baseball. Lots of teams around the country, all position players and the pitcher will have essentially a watch, and everybody will look at the watch and figure out what pitch is about to be called and the location.
Yeah, gee, you got catchers, some catchers wearing FBI earpieces, and
right.
You got radios strapped to the back of chest protectors and people wearing James Bond watches, and I tell you, it's something.
That's rolled foul, 1-2 the count. A little bit different from when you were catching.
It was. Keep in mind, my freshman year in college, you did not have to wear a helmet under your mask. You could wear the hat like you'd see, Yogi Berra and those guys wear back in the day.
Right.
So that's how old I am. But, yeah, you didn't have all that back in the old days. And keep in mind, and I'm not saying I advocate this, but if people stole signs in the back in the old days, you just hit them, especially in pro ball. Stealing signs.
Bob Gibson.
Yeah, just what John Drysdale, just clear Disney there. That type of thing. Can't do that anymore, and I'm not saying I advocate for that, but it's a different game.
Ground ball to first, picked up by Kennedy, taps the bag, and Samford goes down in order 1-2. Mackenzie Newcomb, that's one of the 27 games that she was out and missed. She's now in the circle pitching for Samford. This is the top of the lineup for Mississippi State. Bunt put in play, picked up by Bruce. The throw to first gets past Squillace, the second baseman, who was covering the bag. So Mississippi State gets a leadoff base runner to begin the sixth.
Yeah, these are the little things we talked about. Greer Bruce, a good player, typically will make this play. Squillace tried to stretch as much as she could, and now you've got a leadoff runner on that has 16 out of 16 stolen bags this year.
Yeah, that is tops for Mississippi State, by the way. Barbary steps in, 0 for 1 tonight. with a walk and a run scored. She bunts and puts it in play. Picked up in fair territory by the catcher Champion, who does indeed pick up the out.
Nice play by Champion. It popped up for her, had her momentum going to first base. A nice, strong throw there to retire the bunter runner Barbary, but not before Sacco makes it to second base, and she is the go-ahead run.
And the RBI machine at the plate now for Mississippi State and Madison Kennedy.
Yeah, and you got a base open. You got to think about that if you're Samford. This is a powerhouse in the batter's box.
And Samford, they've already turned one double play tonight.
Yeah, you got to always look on deck when you're managing. Always look on deck. This young lady, 380, 15 homers, 51 RBIs on deck, 6 homers, 28. So you got to pick your poison.
Oh, that hits the home plate umpire, Bradley Newton. It's an 0-2 count.
Yeah, good job by Champion here going to get the ball, taking her time, taking a little peek over to Newton behind the plate. And he gave her the thumbs up and said, yeah, I'm good. It hit off my mask. So we're glad Bradley Newton's okay back there. 0-2.
Said Fallon out of play, so 0-2 it stays.
Big hitter for Newton here. If she could find a way to retire the hard-hitting Madison Kennedy without Sacco moving up a base, that would be a victory for sure for number 24. And you got to understand it's 0-2 right here. You got a power hitter. You got a base open. You got to be nibbling. It can't be anything over the plate right here. Old timers called it a waste pitch. Some people call it a purpose pitch. Out of the strike zone, trying to make Kennedy chase.
Think inside or outside?
Outside.
That's where they try to go. Line drive that's barely foul.
Too good. It's just too good. This is a good hitter. Can't do it. And really kind of fortunate that Bruce didn't tick it with her glove, and it wouldn't have been her fault. She's diving trying to make a play. But if she ticks that in fair ground, it is fair. So again, these pitches need to be over in that left-handed batter's box, away from Kennedy, away from her power, away from her swing. And Campbell is extremely shallow at first base for some reason that I don't understand. You can still nibble here. You want to get her to chase. And if you're Kennedy, you want to try to knock that run in.
Misses high again. It's 2-2.
And the hardest thing to teach young pitchers here is if you walk her, that is just fine. That is absolutely, in this situation, just fine. Ordinarily, walks are terrible, but in this situation, it ain't the worst thing in the world.
Hit in the air deep to left field and curling foul. She hit it a mile. As you see, foul by a few feet.
Yeah, hit it out of the ballpark. But foul. Running out of baseballs here, a lot of foul balls. Home plate umpire Bradley Newton over there getting some more out of the bucket. Now, if you're catching right here, don't you give that pitcher one of them shiny new softballs. You give her a dirty one. You don't want to be, oh, wow, look at this nice bright yellow. No. You want a dirty one. Don't ever give your pitcher one of those bright balls.
Swing and a miss. What a strikeout for Mackenzie Newcomb.
She won the battle. She got Kennedy to chase. Up and away. Don't know if we'll see the replay. Up and away from her. Away from her power. Away from her strength. and she wins the battle, does Newton, in a huge second out for Samford.
2 outs. Go ahead and run on second base for Jessie Blaine, who's 1 for 1 tonight with a walk and an RBI single.
Now, on defense here in the outfield, you got to understand that unless it's a one-hop rocket to Cothran in center field, you are not going to throw Sacco out at the plate, and you got to throw it into second base. Only Cothran on a one-hopper and potentially Yanis on a one-hopper can throw Sacco out at the plate. Otherwise, you're going to second.
Newcomb out in front again, 0-2.
Yeah, now you're back to the same situation you're in with Kennedy. Blaine, the hitter, 0-2, 6 homers, 28 RBIs, hitting .350. It's time to nibble again. You know, like when you're fishing and that little old fish is nibbling, pulling the cork down just a little bit, nibbling, and you can't get him in. That's what you're doing here, away from the hitter.
Action for Newcomb.
Yeah, she's like, hey, because he just told her straight, hey, quit doing that. You know, I mean, just simple ball. Ball is ball is ball.
Went with a rise ball, fouled away, 0-2 it remains.
Glad that ball fell off that building. No telling how many are up in them gutters.
Countless. Oh, 0-2 pitch to Blaine.
Instant replay here. Same situation. 1-2, base open. Going to try to get the hitter to chase. And if you're Blaine, you're trying to hit the ball the other way, knock that run in, give the Mississippi State the lead.
Both runs and hits for Mississippi State came in the 4th inning. Looking for a timely hit in the top of the 6th.
Everything's magnified in these close games. Errors, walks, decision, bad decisions. Close games like this, everything's magnified.
Hit in the air, center field. Cothran makes the catch for the final out. And Mississippi State leaves a runner stranded on second. Tied at 2 for Samford. This is Michaela Cothran who takes strike 1. New first baseman for Mississippi State. Coming in for Madison Kennedy. It's the junior out of Kentucky, Riley Hull. So Hull, the new first baseman.
Cothran a double earlier in the game. It really was like a single just to the right of the second base bag, but because Sierra Sacco is playing so shallow in center, she couldn't get to it in time, and Cothran slid into second base with a double.
Yeah, that was the very first hit of the game. Samford tonight has 4 hits. Both of their runs occurred in the bottom of the 4th.
And it's real simple for Samford. They're hunting a run. They're hunting 1 run and 3 outs and go to Dairy Queen.
Three-1 count on Cothran. She had a great weekend. She had 5 hits against East Tennessee State in the series win for Samford. Swings and misses, full count.
Big pitch in the ball game here. Cothran's so very good with the wheels. Would certainly be bunted to second if she got on. She's looking to hit the ball the other way, try to beat it out.
Swing and a miss, a strikeout to start the bottom of the 6th.
Good pitch right here by Fabito. Really nice pitch by her, maybe the best she's made all night. And she strikes out the speedy Cothran and keeps her off the bases 4, out 1.
Greer Bruce at the plate, swings at the first pitch. This ball is foul.
Yeah, you young third baseman, throw that ball. Throw that ball. Don't look at the home plate umpire and decide. When you feel that ball, you throw it to first base. If they say it's foul, fine. Throw it.
Rather be safe than sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt, because you're going to get in a bad habit on that, and the next time it's going to be right on the chalk, and you're going to make a mistake, or they're going to beat it out. You throw that ball when it's close like that.
Greer Bruce at the plate tonight. She's 0 for 2. Got the edge. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Big pitch in the game. If you recall, Greer Bruce hit a ball very hard in the right center field gap that was run down by Bernie earlier.
Fly ball left field. St. Clair backs up. She's got it for the second out.
Change of pace here by Faabito. Really good pitch. She's been doing that a lot with 2 strikes on hitters. She fooled Bruce. Lazy fly ball to left, hauled in by St. Clair for out 2.
Two outs, bases empty for Logan Champion. 1 for 2 tonight with a single and a run scored.
Champion led this club last year with homers. Very capable.
She's got 15 home runs in her career. Chopper to third. Throw to first, it is in time, and Samford goes down in order. 1, 2, 3. After 6, tied it. Fun one. 5, 6, 7 batters for State. Wasilowski leading off, the freshman catcher from New York. She's been dynamite so far in her career against Samford. She's 3 for 4. She's got a double, 2 RBIs. She's scored twice, and she's walked twice.
Well, the only out she's made was today on the double play, and she hit that right on the button.
As another base hit to left field, so the go-ahead run reaches to begin the top of the 7th for Mississippi State.
Yeah, good job here. Wasilowski gets a good pitch to hit, drops the barrel on it, single to left, and this would probably be, I would think, a bunt situation coming up here. So Samford's going to have to be ready and for their defensive situation, and Coach Samantha Ricketts wants to talk to the entire offense and half the dugout about what they're going to do here.
Here's the replay of that base hit. This is something Mississippi State, they just have not had a lot of base runners tonight. That was just the 3rd hit overall for Mississippi State. And we will have a new hitter at the plate here for Mississippi State as well. Paige Cook was scheduled to hit.
First, number 2, Pat Wallace.
And now it will be Jaden Burney, the junior from Gulfport, Mississippi. This is her first plate appearance tonight. She came in midway point of the game in right field.
Yeah, new runner at first base, number 2, Wallace. I'm sure she can fly, as can Burney, so Samford's got to be ready on D.
Yeah, Wallace is the go-ahead and run. She's out of Brookhaven, Mississippi. Bunt shown. It's a good one, picked up by Bruce to first in time for the first out.
Good softball by everybody here. Nice pitch, nice bunt, nice play by Bruce at third. Runner moves to second. Really good softball by everybody, and State's got the go-ahead run on second again with 1 out.
Number 67, Kylie Edwards.
One out for Kylie Edwards. True freshman out of Indiana's 0 for 2 tonight. Struck out back in the 5th inning. Jumps to the first pitch. That was a very late swing. 0-1 count.
So Newcomb right back into familiar territory here. Runner on second. Go ahead runner. One down. A little bit further down in the batting order, but still good hitters.
State tonight is 1 for 6 as a team with runners on base. Ground ball left side, picked up by Harges. Gets the lead runner out at second base. Remember, that's a new runner, Wallace. She was moving on contact, slammed on the brakes, and it's thrown out at second base for the second out.
Well, if you want you a shortstop, and I hope we see this replay, if you want to get you a stop, go down there to Louisiana and get you one. They got crawfish down there, they got boudin down there, and they got shortstops down there. This is a wonderful play by Lindsey Hargis for out 2.
Hawkins, the new batter at the plate.
And you saw how it gave Newcomb in the circle a shot in the arm. Look at this play right here. Hargis flips to Squalacci. Squalacci puts that knee down, old school, Graham. That's how you play. You get down there with it, 2 down.
Fly ball, well hit right field, but playable for Yantis. Makes the catch for the final out. So State leaves the go-ahead run stranded on base. We head to the bottom.
Yeah.
Both teams have scored their only runs tonight in the 4th inning.
Well, and if State makes a mistake to Campbell, it could be over with pretty quick. 11 home runs, 41 RBIs, and Shaw on deck already got a 2-run shot tonight. So we're down in the nitty-gritty, bottom of the 7th. This is what it's all about. SEC, high level, right here in Birmingham. So this is what the folks paid to see, and they're getting it.
Campbell tonight 0 for 2. She's 0 for 4 in her career against State. Jumps on the first pitch, and the game-winning run is on base for Samford.
Yeah, Campbell ambushes his fastball right here. Single to left field, and you're going to see a jackrabbit inserted in the game here to run for her. That's the beauty of the re-entry rule in softball, is you can re-enter. There's a single to left field by Campbell, and the pinch runner coming in for the Samford Bulldogs is Lindsey Nelson, number 15, and you can just about bet your bottom dollar that this hitter who hit the ball out of the ballpark last time might be bunting this time. But I'm not a betting man.
So Olivia Shaw had the 2-run bomb in the 4th. Takes ball 1.
That's why I don't bet right there.
Nelson, the game-winning run is at first. She's got a lot of experience. She's played in 139 games at Samford, 19 stolen bases in her career. 1-0, pulled foul to make the count level, 1-1.
You know, we don't think about these type of things, but these girls are right in the middle of finals here at Samford. You got several seniors that are graduating in 2 days in finals. Some of them probably got finals tomorrow, and you're trying to beat the number 18 ranked team in the country. And but that's part of it. That's what it's all about.
Outside, 2-1.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that the catcher for the Mississippi State Bulldogs, Wesolowski, didn't make this look a little worse than it was.
It's a true freshman catcher.
Yeah.
Line drive, right field. It gets all the way to the wall. Nelson heads for third. Windmill is on. Nelson will score, and Samford wins 3-2 over Mississippi State.
Well, Olivia Shaw is the player of the game. She gets the stake.